Hey guys, it's Gus, and I'm bringing you a Neverwinter video, and this is for Hunter Rangers out there. I don't really know if this video is necessary, but it's been asked a bunch that I make a video showing the build I'm using for episode 2 in Sharandar, and I'm going to show you the build I'm running for VoS. I am short one ring. The ranged ring, when I get that, I will replace this ring with it, so I'll get 200 more item level. But other than that, this build, unless I get any suggestions in the comments below about how to improve this build, this is what I'm using for VoS, and nobody's complaining about the damage this build does. It does really good, and I'm very pleased with it. It's fun. So let's begin. So for this build, you're gonna have 2 loadouts, and right now I'm in my single target. So this is gonna look very similar to most Zerial and Tom builds. We have the 3 journals. If you don't have the 3 journals, totally fine. Just equip the 3 dragon heart, and make sure you put the black dragon heart in your active artifact or primary artifact slot. That way you can get the debuff. So on single target and VoS, I'm usually running with the envenomed. Some groups want us to use debuff, and I'll go frozen if they'll let me. If not, I'll go to the black dragon set. That recharge cooldown is really good. So of course we're using the Forest Guardian's Home in here. Darks in all 5 utility slots. I currently have the red dragon overloads because I'm actually short crit severity. Really weird, but yeah, everybody says it's easy to get, but I always have a hard time getting it. So I'm using the helm, I'm using the rib cage. If you notice, I'm using bark shield for the single target. The arms, I'm using the spiked defenders. Bilethorn, Mirage set, Rusted, very similar setup. Music box, the tit for tat. Because wait, this is okay. I got this wrong, and this is our single target. I would want to go with. Okay, I got that ring mixed up in the builds, but I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna lose some accuracy. Okay, so we will going to go to ranged rings. Don't tell me I destroyed it. Okay, I might have got rid of it. No biggie. The upper pact for the 5,000 power, and I'm barely making power at 90% with this build using this shirt. If you don't have the shirt, that's fine. Use the cooldown shirt and just replace the gloves with the IC or the Zero Favor that give you 5,000 power. And then pants, whatever you want. I have the defense ones. You could also go with the velvet pants that you buy in the auction house. They have a little bit less item level, but you get 2 offensive stats. What do for the armor kits? Use whatever stats you need. Stats, okay, that's what it looks like out of combat, but it's exactly 90%. Like it's not even 90.1. If you notice, I am over on my crit by 7. I know that's 7 wasted stats, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. In combat on single target, it looks like this, and I do have the normal. Let me get the 5. Okay, there we go. It's procced, and 83, 84, 75. So combat advantage is only 75%. Could I get it higher? Yeah, I could. But I don't. And then crit severity, if you saw, I'm still 7 under. Here, let's see if I can get it. Let's get those 5 stacks going of the rib cage. Okay, 83, 84, 75, 66. So the stats don't look that sexy, but it performs very well. I could always reduce my item level to get the stats higher, but I'm finding that that's not as effective. Powers for single target, no difference. Aspect of the Falcon, Seeker's Vengeance. Bottom 3, top 2. And then the same 3 powers we've always used: Hindering, Steel Breeze, Constricting Arrow, and Long Striders. And then we'll also do Aim Shot. You also want your Careful Attack because there's bosses that, especially the Golem and third boss, before he gets into the light or dark, you can cast that, and then when he hits it, it will start proccing. Boons, I actually have it on crit severity right now. Health, mount speed, I don't have the Revive Sickness. Well, I recommend getting it. Companions, Cold Iron War, single target, Black Dragon, Face Spider, Staldorf, Batiri, and Alchemist. Discipline, if you notice, every one of these are just crit and combat advantage, crit and combat advantage. Except for Batiri, that's 11%. It's great. Equipment, I have the combat advantage, and the crit strike in acute senses for the 7.5% combat advantage. You get these from opening the diamond, shattered diamonds. They're spendy, or they're a pain in the ass to farm. This is, I don't these are very expensive, guys. If you don't have them, that's fine. Mounts, Tunnel Vision, of course, and for this particular build, I'm using Crit Strike. 2 Assassin's Covenants, 2 Warlord's Inspiration, and a Gladiator's Guile. And if you notice, almost everything except for that is all stuff that gives me power. People say power is easy to get too, but I'm stacking a lot to get power. I only have 2 insignias that don't give power. But when you're, I'm not saying this is a high item level, but it's pretty high. So it's the higher you get, the harder it is. I could take points out of charisma and put them into dexterity for more crit severity, but I'm not going to, because charisma gives power, which I need, and it gives recharge speed, which is great, and it gives accuracy, which is great. So I think we're getting better bang for the buck with this. Thank you, but making a video. Sorry guys. Video. Good luck. And I think that does it for the single target. Now let me go up here, and remember, I'm using watermelon. Watermelon, Superior Flask of Potency, and the Wild Storm Elixir. You can use the guild food if you want. And I have Forger's box procced. That's giving me, without that, I'd be at like 88%, 88.1 on power. So let's go AoE, which we're using. I use it in VoS all the way up to the second boss. And then after the second boss, I use it all the way to the third boss. So I use it for about 80% of the dungeon. Okay, so this guy, if you notice on my last build, I didn't use any food. Well, he's at 89.6, but if I use the, where is it? The Doro Tibbs food from Cholt, it brings me up to like 88.9. 90, so it takes me right there. Again, the same helm. Now on this, so I have 2 rib cages. One of them has the bark shield, and the other one has the for this one I'm using the fire burst enchantment, which means when they hit you, you hit back. And so I use that for the mob loadout. I'm still using the spike defenders. It's procced all the time because we get hit often. I have two Mirage main hands, so when I switch loadouts, I don't have to switch enchantments, but this one's using lightning. And then rusted iron leggings again. Same three artifacts. If you don't have them, go right ahead to the actually for the AoE. I don't know which is better, the journals or the three heart of the dragon artifacts, because those cooldowns are insanely nice. Up to you. I am using the sparkling emblem set for mobs, and I'm still using the same shirt for power. The artifact set. I'm using Ring of the Shadow Stalker. I know I'm losing a ton of like 800 stats, which is a lot, or an 800 item level, which would bring it up to 55k, just over 55k. But with how much roots we're doing in there, I don't have ACT, but I'm liking this Ring of the Shadow Stalker still. And then the tit for tat, because we're using so many encounters in here that I don't know if with the either ranged or the melee we'd be losing out on gains on half of our encounters, so I'm using the tit for tat. Anything else special about this build or unique? Stats, let me show you what the stats look like in combat. These ones look a little bit better. And of course I have Zuna equipped on this guy. Oh yeah, she wrecks. She's expensive, but she wrecks this dungeon. Okay, I got 4. There's 5 stacks. So 90 and 90 and almost 90 in crit strike, if you saw that. Combat advantage is still, 73%. I have more points in dexterity on this one, on this loadout. Let's see if there's anything else that's important. Instead of using Aspect of the Falcon, I'm using Crushing Roots. Daisy, when we can stop them for a second using our roots, it's good stuff, because we're using our roots a lot with plant growth and with our hindering strike. Those do a lot of damage. Boons, on this one I'm using crit severity as well. Defense, I could go like extra hit points. And companions, Zuna, the same 3 gears, the same enhancement bonus of the combat advantage. The same companions, except in the universal slot I took out Batiri and I put in Divine Judgment. There's a lot that could go here. I could also put in the cat for the 7.5% combat advantage. I'm not going to. I have it, but we have those new boots coming in episode 3, and if they get us where we want, I don't want to waste that 10 million or whatever it costs to get them. There's a number of companions that you could put here, whichever one gives you stats you can use. And a Vortex, that comes from the Flying Carpet, the legendary carpet. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it does a lot of good stuff. It pulls all the mobs together and just continuously hits them. When everybody's using it, mobs just melt. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions or ways to improve this build, please comment below. I know I am using Dragonborn, but again, I need the crit and I need the power. Also, some people might recommend using the Lionheart weapons or the Mastercraft weapons. I tried the Lionheart weapons because I figured we were melting mobs so fast that the Mirage guys wouldn't get too much damage, but I did a few runs and I noticed there was a significant improvement when I went to Mirage. Now, if your whole group's using Mastercraft and it's a good team, yeah, you might want to go that route too. Alright, stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.